So Carlee Russell just got exposed for lying about being abducted, and she has been getting dragged left and right, and things are getting messier every minute.
Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers.
She is finally revealing why she did what she did, as well as the events that led to her making up such a wild lie. And her story is just as insane as you can imagine. Was she really in a lot of legal mess before she disappeared?
So this woman called the police, pretended like she saw a toddler wandering on the side of the interstate, then snatched off her own wig and proceeded to walk into the woods pretending like she got abducted.
So the story of Carlee Russell is one that had the internet entirely in a chokehold because people were worried sick about her. It's not often that you get to see the entire internet get so invested in a story, so y'all know that this case was a really big deal. It all started a couple days ago when a woman named Carlee Russell placed a 911 call claiming that she saw a toddler walking beside the highway and that she was going to pull over to try to help the child.
On Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
Oh, hold on. Where on 49 are you?
I'm right next to the exit 10 by the River Med, like to get off by the River Med.
Okay, so you're before that exit?
Yeah.
Now, after she hung up with 911, she then called a family member to let them know what was going on and that she was going to leave the car to see if she could help the child before emergency services at 911 came. The next thing the relative knew was that she heard Carlee scream and the phone dropped. But by the time the police got there, Carlee was nowhere to be found. However, her car, purse, wig, phone, and even Apple Watch were all there. But there was no sign of Carlee or the baby that she had tried to help. According to her family, she had just gotten off work, had stopped to get some food, and was on her way home when she spotted the baby and pulled over. The story quickly spread into the news and had people worry sick about her. I mean, she tried to do a good deed and help a child, only for her to end up in trouble. There were concerns that she had gotten abducted and conversations about her possibly being trafficked. It all started trending on social media. Search parties were organized around the area where her car and belongings were found, and there were no traces of her. There was even a $50,000 reward that was offered to anybody who could give information that would lead to her return, but still there was nothing. Well, it wasn't too long before some people started to feel like her story wasn't adding up. First off, the highway where she claimed to have seen the child is a very busy highway with cars passing by all the time, so people found it weird that there was no other person reporting to have seen a child wandering alone. Now, in cases like this, you usually have people calling about the same issue because it's pretty hard to miss a child walking alone by the side of the highway at night. It was also sus because video footage of the highway was released, and while we could clearly see Carlee's car with the hazards lights on, there was no sign of a child in the area. Some people started calling BS immediately on the whole story, like this person that tweeted, "I'm interrupting my Jamaican trip just to say that Carlee Russell girl is lying. Ain't nobody kidnap her. Y'all fell for this when Jussie Smollett told that story that didn't make sense as well. Shaking my head." And this other person that said that Carlee Russell chick was definitely lying about seeing a child on the side of the road. In that traffic camera video, you never see a dang child when her car is driving on the shoulder. She walked away from her car willingly. But a lot of people continued to stick beside Carlee and defend her against those who suspected that she was lying. There were tweets saying stuff like, "Making think pieces about the Carlee Russell situation, saying that she lying is insanely weird." Safe to say that she had the internet in shambles because there were think pieces being thrown about and arguments breaking out randomly online. But I do have to say that most people genuinely believed that Carlee had been taken and they feared for her life. Well, 2 days later, she turned up at her parents' house magically, and they immediately took her to the hospital to get checked out. News about her return quickly spread on the internet, and while a lot of people felt relieved that she was okay, more and more people started to feel like the whole thing still didn't add up. Her parents eventually came out to insist that she had really got kidnapped, and they asked that people stop speculating that she was lying and wait for the police to finish their investigation.
Leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But she was fighting for her life.
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
But the gag is, it turned out that the police didn't really believe her because all signs pointed to the fact that Carlee didn't really get kidnapped and she planned this whole thing out. After she made it home safe, the police released a statement that kind of showed that they were also skeptical about her story. Part of the statement said, after leaving the colonnade, Carlee went to Target on Highway 280 and purchased some snack food type items. These items were not located in the vehicle or with her cell phone and wig at the scene of her disappearance. It's very unlikely that her abductors took the time to steal her snacks after kidnapping her on a busy highway. So the general conclusion was that she more than likely took the snacks with her. The police also talked about how there were no signs of a child or any other reports, so even more people started to doubt her. Now, according to a blind item that was posted on Facebook by an anonymous insider, Carlee made the whole thing up because she had found herself in a deep mess. The post said she got caught stealing from work that day, failed out of nursing school, and has been on. She had her friend behind her and that's who picked her up. She was with her friend all weekend. The police knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago and she added him back while she was abducted. He called the cops to tell them half a day before she went back home. She planned to disappear, realized that this wasn't gonna work out. Wow. Yeah, wild is definitely the right word to describe this. Now, according to reports, Carlee claimed that she had been kidnapped by a man with orange hair and that he fed her some Cheez-Its, but the police also revealed that this was a lie, especially because the snacks she got at Target were Cheez-Its. Well, the police decided to hold a press conference where they laid out the facts of the case, well, as many facts as they were legally allowed to share, and while they didn't come out and directly say that she was lying, they hinted at it very strongly. First off, the chief of police revealed that when Carlee told 911 that she was following the boy, data from her phone's location showed that she moved 600 yards before stopping.
Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards, that is 6 football fields straight.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I personally don't know any toddler that is capable of walking 6 football fields without stopping or taking a break. Yeah, the math was definitely not mathing. The police also told the story of how she claimed that she was able to escape.
She claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence.
But the biggest and most suspicious evidence against her was her search history. Because listen, Carlee had made some very interesting searches in the days and hours leading up to her disappearance.
On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term "you have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "how to take money from a register without being caught" was searched.
She also made some other searches, including stuff like one-way bus tickets out of town, but that's not all, because she also searched for the movie Taken 2, which is a very popular movie about abductions.
13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert.
She got so much backlash for this because not only did she have people worrying about her, but she also wasted the taxpayers' money as well. People dragged her. Instead, stuff like this Carlee Russell situation, wow, because not only did they use resources and all that for a fake, because now a lot of missing women aren't gonna be taken seriously due to this. It's crazy how some people are still yelling justice for Carlee Russell when she lied and staged her kidnapping. Y'all goofy as hell, because it's actually Black women out there that have been kidnapped. And for her to fake that ish and make people believe it, I have no respect for her. Well, according to an insider close to Carlee, she is pulling the mental health card to defend herself. The insider revealed that Carlee is claiming that that she was not in the right frame of mind when she disappeared because she had been under a lot of pressure in the last couple of weeks. Things had been kind of rough for her and she needed to get away, but she didn't know how to do it, so she felt like planning a disappearance would be the perfect way. The insider also added that she never planned it to be this big of a deal, and she had just assumed that things would go away quietly and she could return to her normal life without a fuss. But obviously things didn't work out that way because it became a really big deal. But I do want to know what you guys think about this. Do you believe that this is just an innocent plot that got out of hand, or do you think that she was planning something sinister? Let me know what y'all's thoughts are, and if you think that this story was crazy. Baby, listen, wait till you see this next one.